Video games. E3 is always an exciting time as a fan of video games. I mean, you can't really beat this time of year when it comes to the general excitement and discussion about all of these upcoming games from a variety of different companies. And what has taken me by surprise from this year's E3 is the game that I think looks the best. And I'm talking about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I would say up until this point, this is so far the best looking thing out of this year's E3. So if you haven't heard about Jedi Fallen Order somehow, this is a third-person action-adventure game from Respawn Entertainment. You'd probably know them from the Titanfall games or more recently Apex Legends. Well, we got about a 14-minute gameplay trailer for this game, and it looks pretty cool. It opens up with a little bit of story and stage-setting dialogue, and then it just jumps right into the exploration and combat. Combat involves lightsaber battles, striking, blocking, parries, dodging. There appear to be some sort of light, heavy, and even combo attacks. You know, in many ways you could say this is the Dark Souls of Star Wars games. I won't say that, but maybe you could if you wanted to. You could use the Force, of course, with like playing with your environment, destroying obstacles, taking out enemies. You get this adorable little companion known as BD1 who helps you find items and paths in the environment. And then it's got all sorts of movement stuff. You can leap over obstacles, climb, swim, dive, and even do some wall running. Now, heading on over to the website for this game gives us a bit more information. Apparently, you play as one of the last Jedi, doing whatever it takes to survive. We're going to be exploring ancient forests, windswept cliffs, and haunted jungles as you decide when and where you want to go next. I love that little line because that kind of implies we're gonna have a bit of decision making, some choices in terms of how the story plays out and the places that we go. Probably the most exciting thing is that this game's coming out this fall on November 15th, 2019. So this kind of took me by surprise because I'm not terribly sold on Star Wars. Like, I appreciate the movies, I enjoy them, you know, it's a cool world and stuff, and played a handful of Star Wars games, but I'm not terribly pulled into that universe. It's just not something that I geek out super hard about. But from everything that I've seen so far from E3, and I think we're pretty much about halfway through at this point when it comes to big announcements and press conferences, this is the best looking thing. Now, there's already a lot of kickback, especially you head over places like Reddit, notoriously known for loving things, and you get a lot of comments about how this looks like a bland, by-the-numbers action-adventure game with Star Wars. It looks like it's fairly slow-paced and methodical. And here's the thing, while that may be true, like, I think this looks really cool, but I don't know the level of depth that this is gonna have and really how interesting the gameplay is. But visually and stuff, it looks like a neat game, and I can imagine myself having some fun with it. But I think especially when matched up against the competition of what we've seen so far at this year's E3, there's just not much else that I'm terribly excited about. Pretty much every other gameplay reveal or announcement has just been these cinematic trailers where we're sitting there and we're looking at absolutely zero gameplay, just getting some story and narrative info. Like, yes, I am excited for Halo Infinite, and of course, I'm looking forward to the Cyberpunk 2077. But those trailers were just garbage to me. Like, I can't help but not be excited when you take like 5 minutes of a cutscene from your game and you pump it out as a trailer and be like, hey, you guys like how this, like, it just doesn't do anything for me. And that's like one of my biggest problems with E3, and again, how this year's E3 is shaped up so far. With the other games that I thought that I was gonna be pumped for, like, I couldn't wait to see some more about Halo Infinite and Cyberpunk. And yeah, we already have some gameplay out there for Cyberpunk, but I wanted more. I wanted you to show me some new systems and stuff that I could get excited about, because watching some guy get beat up for 5 minutes, it just doesn't do it for me. You know, there's a few exceptions. Like, we did get some gameplay. One of my actually biggest surprises besides the Star Wars game was Minecraft Dungeons. Like, holy crap, that actually looks pretty cool. It's basically like a Minecraft themed Diablo game, and it looks like it could be somewhat interesting. It looks like it could be fun. And, you know, again, we're not done E3 yet. The biggest showcases we got coming up, we still have Ubisoft, Square Enix, and Nintendo, and obviously any one of those companies could pull out something that really surprises me. But I just think after a couple of days of reveals and announcements and press conferences and specifically trailers, the only one that I was excited for so far is really the Star Wars game, and maybe Minecraft Dungeons. Like, can't believe I'm saying I'm excited for Minecraft, but honestly, like, it looks kind of cool. So I don't know, like, how in-depth Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is gonna be. It looks competent, and I really love, even though I'm not terribly into the Star Wars universe, that looked like something that I really really would love to experience. So I'm not too sure how it's gonna turn out. It seems like it's not gonna have the depth that a lot of people are looking for from some of those prior Star Wars games, which also, again, I have the luxury of not having played any of those, like Force Unleashed and all that stuff. Those the ones that people like? I think so. There's a lot of these prior Star Wars games that people are pointing to and saying, well, I don't know how it compares to that, but I didn't play any of that. Just from a kind of a blank slate from what I'm seeing from this gameplay, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order looks pretty cool. Even if it's not going to be a mind-blowingly super in-depth experience, a fun little romp through the Star Wars universe sounds like something fun for me, and everything else about E3 so far, again, has been fairly disappointing. So that's as of this recording. Again, we still have some more press conferences coming today and into tomorrow. So hopefully I'm surprised by what Ubisoft, Square Enix, or Nintendo pulls out. Oh, also, feel free to tell me if you think I'm just completely wrong and a total idiot. Like, what else so far from E3 are you really excited about? Again, I'm having a really hard time getting pumped out about anything else that I'm seeing, just based on like the trailers and the announcements and the press conferences that they've had. But if there's some stuff that I may have overlooked that you are super hyped for, please let me know. And I know a lot of you are super excited for Cyberpunk. I am too. It's just I wish they showed more interesting stuff. Like, I can go back and watch that other gameplay footage trailer, but I want to see new stuff. Like, E3 should be about new, exciting stuff. And although, if I'm being honest, E3 is probably not even remotely catered to someone like me who actually follows this stuff all the time. A lot of what E3 is trying to push out a signal to people who aren't closely following video games. So in that sense, I'm complaining about nothing, because this isn't even meant for me. I want it to be. I want it to be about me. There you go. That's my take so far in this year's E3. I know it's been a while. I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus here. I'm going to be coming back full swing starting this week, actually. So this is the first of many videos. It's been kind of a weird like year and a half when it comes to my YouTube content. I was doing a lot of streaming. I did my full-time thing with Facebook, but that is over. And I'm going to be doing some more YouTube stuff. So stay tuned. More videos coming out starting this week. I promise this time. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.